Yeah, it's is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Let's continue. I also heard about that news. Uh, the Kota girls who suicide uh, in Kota hostel.
Yeah. So
So I also read that news. So that's why I also thought like that. I don't have to pressurize my daughter and my son. If whatever they want to do, they can do. Means even my son is in 10th standard. He is giving his board exams. Even I didn't pressurize him to choose any stream. I
yeah,
said to him, I just asked, what stream are you going to take?
yeah,
So he didn't reply me. He didn't say anything to me. He was saying, "Mama, first I have to pass the 10th standard. After that, I will think about that." So I said him, "No issue. Whatever you want to do, you can do." Because I
yeah,
also don't want to pressurize my sons and my kids. It's
yeah.
their choice. If
Definitely.
they are able to do humanity, they can do. If they are able to do science and whatever they want to take, they can take. And I said to my daughter as well like this: whatever you want to do, you can do, but you do study wholeheartedly. Your father is saying you have to become IS officer, no issue, but don't take it on heart. Just study hard. You have to become an independent girl. You don't have to depend anyone else. So he is saying like this. He keep saying that him. So you have to focus on your study.
So basically, it's not only girl. Few days earlier, a girl has committed the suicide, and very recently after that girl, a boy has committed the suicide in the Kota, and the reason was that boy wants to pursue another thing in his life, but parents made, because of their pressure to take admission in Kota, and he took the admission, but he has interest in another thing, so he could not study. So far,
Yeah,
1 year or 6 months, and for some 6 months or something like that, or 1 year, he wasted his time watching reels, movies, something like that, because he had interest in another thing, but parents made him to take admission in Kota. And finally he committed suicide, saying that he has given a note that I was not interested in studies in these kind of things. He has accepted the fact that I wasted my time watching reels, movies, something like that, because I had the passion in another thing. But you parents made me to study, so I could not study, and because I have the passion is something else. So for that reason, I was thinking, for a longer period of time, because before that topics I had studied these kind of things, because I have little bit experience, I have witnessed the things around. And basically parents are can make and break the future of a nation or a kid. So I have seen parents spoiling the future of the children. I have seen that parents making the future of children. I have seen parents, I think, destroying the nations. So what I consider that, if I want to make people aware of the things that we are surrounded with, I need to start I think talk with the people like this, because after all, even if one people is going to watch this conversation, he or she must learn something, so that he or she can apply in his or her family, so that ignoring nation, ignoring world, they can save the lives of their kids at first. And if they, I think becomes, I think, successful in saving the lives and giving the positive and talks to their kids, definitely they are going to shape the nation at larger perspective. They are going to change the world, because let me quotes few lines from the book, a book like written by, I said that exam bar, yes, and in that book there is a chapter as well, like parenting. And the Pradhan Mantri has said, remember when your child spoke the very first word, the very मतलब totally हुई बोली जो, and even if they uh, see the okay, remember when your kids spoken the first words, happy they made you. You know, you know that for sure he or she is going to, I think, spoke wrongly, but you are so happy. But too, I think, because of social pressure, because of your false imaginations, because of your false fake prestige in the society, because people, after all, parents say that beta meri इज्जत बचा के रखना यार, मेरी इज्जत है. क्या इज्जत है? What is the nonsense that this इज्जत? Because basically you could not, I think, fulfill your dreams, and now you want to put that burden on the kids. And basically suppose मैं अपनी life में I want to become something but I could not, then but right, I do have that, okay, to put that burden on my kid, because after all he or she have his own life. My job as a parent is just to enable them, just make them capable of, and give them pushy hand, like uh, a bar. I just want to say that a word of an uh, there are very few things as precious as to children as encouragement from their parents. These are very precious things, like encouragement from the parents. A word of encourage means the world to them. When you give little talk to your kid, your children, your daughter, son, beta, don't worry, I'm with you, you just don't worry, do whatever you want to do, I'm there with you. And they have that confidence, okay, my no matter how how badly the world is going to treat me, but my parents, basically parents is the first love, whether for the girl, whether for the boy. And they know that their first love is there, beside them all the time, no matter what they are going to do. But what starts happening is that parents don't have that kind of consciousness, and they start putting, basically, but they consider that prestige something like this is not a prestige. This is just an ego. There is nothing valuable in ego if you have ego, because it happens with the people. Somehow you manage the top position, somehow you manage the money like by hook and crook. Tell me how many people out there in the society who are having the money, earn it by legal means. They are working in the government office, private offices, but they're still indulging like corruption activities, and they are why? To show off the society, okay, they are very high class people. What is high class? You are not caring for your kid, you are corrupting in the office, you don't have that kind of things, you are doing nonsense activities in your life. You are drinking, smoking, something like that. You are speaking the lies, you are cheating some people, their partners, something like that. You are speaking nonsense, and still you have that ego in your mind. You are people from high class, and because of their ego, they are basically spoiling the future of their kids. So of course, because I'm concerned, I have witnessed parents fighting. They are in their 70s or 15 and shouting to each other, speaking nonsense, things, abusing each other, and the life gets spoiled of their kids. And I have seen that the kids left their homes. So I thought it is better for me, because I talked to your daughter, and she told me, you also told me that. So I thought, okay, this is the right moment, this is the what sorry, this is, I think, perfect opportunity for me to bring the topic, to bring the talk, so that I can at least give my
Yeah.
word to the society, because
Yeah, right. You told everything is whatever you have told. Everything is very right, and you are saying very correct. We shouldn't pressurize our children. Whatever they want to do, we can support them so that they will live with us and they will live in this world. They don't do this such kind of action, so that they can't take such kind of actions. Means they don't commit suicide. Means after doing this wrong, means these types of activity, we have to repent, regret. We have to feel regret on ourselves. If I shouldn't pressurize my daughter, she wouldn't do like this. So that's kind of things being behind with us. So we shouldn't do like this. I got your point, and I got some idea what you have told me. So I will never pressurize my daughter. I also told her you can do everything, whatever you want to do, but you uh, means not like that. If I gave you to choose your choice, you don't have to misuse these things. Means you have to go in a right way. You don't have to choose any wrong way. You want to do it should be a good thing. I will.
basically yeah, when you said that they don't have to misuse the rights, like in our constitution, in Indian legal system, women are enjoying the uppermost hand because they are rules and regulations. Most of the rules and regulations are in favor of women, and I have seen that women exploited these, misuse this because of their self-interest, because of their personal motive, something like that, and malice or motives. But if we start doing these kind of things, definitely believe me, in the larger end, the people who are misusing this, only they are going to affect by this. Because if today you cheat me, definitely you are going to suffer in the future, because I will
Yeah,
not give you that liberalized hand, free hand again. Because if you initially first advice you misuse that, definitely you are not going to get the second chance. So after all, your life will be at stake. But what I am concerned about, like, parents are, you are a parent, so of course your responsibility that your kids don't go to bad path, don't follow any kind of bad things in their life. It's your duty. What you are just support system, just a security with them. You just give them encouragement, make like you are a mother and you have a daughter. What happened in the past time, that that the reproduction system was there in, I think, ninth or 8th class in syllabus. But the teacher, basically male and female, both used to avoid this, and children don't know in their life what is sexual education, something like that. And when they are grown up and they are growing up, they start following, I think, wrong paths. What you as a
yeah.
parents, so what?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely means one day she was saying me means reproduction. You told about as you told about reproductions. Little bit she read in sixth standard, and little bit I have also told her about these things. Means about which happen with ladies after 13 and after 14, and I taught everything, and I gave a practical experience as well. And so one day she was saying to me, "Mama, shall I told brother?" So I said, "No." Say, "Why, Mama? He should know about these things, means which is related to ladies." So she was saying, "Mama, he also should he should know about these things."
So
So
why
I
I'm
okay. I said, "Okay, I will tell him."
So why I'm focusing on this? Because if you believe me, if you don't give them, yeah, believe me, if you don't give them right information, they are going to get the bad information, and
Yeah,
that information,
yeah.
yeah,
He
that
every
information.
time means when the child grow up, they have curiosity to know about these things. So means nowadays in schools also they are organizing awareness programs. The doctors come to the school and they aware children, even both boys and girls as well. They are also awareing these about these activities. So little
So
bit they know about these things.
because I have seen, because I born, brought up, and grown in village, so I have seen that my parents are illiterate. They don't have much knowledge about these kind of things. But we used to get these kind of information from bad people, and basically there are chances that we get fall prey to these kind of things, bad things. So instead of getting wrong information from right direction, better it is to give them right information and with the right mindset, from
Yeah,
right direction. Because after all, you
yeah,
care for them, because you are a parent and you care for them, and you would give them the right information. And once they get it, they will apply their mind. What if they start getting wrong information from wrong person? So definitely they are going to fall into the trap, and that definitely will cost them their life. So for that reason, I'm bringing these kind of things, like the sexual education, the other things that, like the motivation you as a parent need to give them, the other things like the education, what the roles, what kind of behaviors that you need to adopt. Like we live in a society, and we, I think, bear a false mask of ego-ness, that we assume that we are people from high class, something like that. We have status, we have prestige in the society, and we start carrying the false notions of this prestige, something like that. And because of this false notion, we start putting these things on leading on the things on the other people's. And that sometimes these egoness, I think false misconceptions cost the lives of our kid. And definitely these are things that are going to affect our society as large. So I
Yeah,
believe that okay, it's too late to start. So better it is to start the things whatever I have. I don't have
okay.
too much expertise. I'm not. Of course, I have witnessed what I have witnessed, what I have read, but I have personally experienced. It's my, I think, job. It's my responsibility. If I have something to share with, definitely I will share with the
Yeah,
people. And there's
yeah. Miss, I want to ask you. I can tell you my daughter, and as I am telling her everything, as she is growing, means little bit every day, little bit. I tell her. She is knowing all these things, but can you suggest me how can I tell my son? Because
see,
nowadays he's also growing up, and whatever happened with him means his body is also growing on the growing stage. So whenever he feel help, he also asks to me, and then I try to help him. He don't ask his father as well. I don't know why, but whenever he asks to me, I tell him everything.
you know, these are the very normal things because same is the case with us. When because we live in village, so our parents don't have that. But I have seen, right now I am grown up, and very recently the things that we used to hide, the parents used to hide, they are my mother basically talking to me, very casual way, like the reproduction system, like these are kind of things. They were kind of taboo for us parents and even as far as to have conversation like that. But nowadays it's very normal, like mother is saying like my I think sister-in-laws having the babies, and sometimes mother used to suggest uh, this is how they should take care of them. And nowadays these are very normal things and not that fast forward, but okay, because considering the social village part. But in society, because once you are grown up children, grown up children are growing, you are parents, so it's very normal, believe me, where this is a part of life, like you eat, like you sleep, yeah, like you take bath. That's how these sexual parts, our emotions, something like that, just very natural part of ourselves. So is our life is not going to survive without these kind of things. So we need to aware, I think, spread this kind of awareness with the people around. If you are a teacher, it is your job to spread this awareness with the students. If you are a parent, the first job is you are to give this information to your kid and talk to very in normal manner, like if your kid son, how old he is?
He's
15.
yeah.
So I think sorry, because of health it is happening. So
No
basically,
issues, sir. Have
whenever
some
you
water.
whenever you get free time, you know I think make him sit by you and in front of you and talk to very normal way. Beta, these are the very normal things and this happened. And if any kind of issue make you suffer, any issue you have, just talk to me. And because why I'm saying that, if you don't give them the right information, definitely they are going to get this wrong information from the peer group. And believe me, the information that other people are having, surrounding these people, the kids are not have the right information. So basically, they don't have that. Basically, you are parent and you know the value, the I think density of I think these kind of things, like the what is sexual part and what are the things, and in what way they are going to affect. So you can better them, make them understand because you have the experience, you have the knowledge, you know the things, because after you are parent, you are grown up and you realize the things because you have witnessed many things in the society. And don't I think teach just lessons, give examples, just like I'm giving the example. Because when you start giving examples like, see better, don't do this kind of thing, see that person has done this kind of thing, so he has fall trap in this kind of things. So avoid these kind of things, because we are humans and it's very natural part of our life. So it happens because once we start growing, like when the puberty starts, the menstruation cycle starts in the woman, the body change started, they are appearing in the women as girls as well, boys. But what we need to do is that this very natural part, it is there with each and everybody. what we need to do is that make them aware of this kind of things. Suppose if you have taught your daughter that, okay, once you start I think growing beyond 14 or 15, something like that, even after 12 years, because nowadays you may start getting the periods. But if you never taught her, and at the first time it may be a kind of trauma to her, because she was not aware of it, because what is this kind of things, she may fall into the trauma. So because of to avoid these kind of things, you can better teach her that, okay, these are the very things, because these
Yeah,
are the things that happen.
I have, yeah, I have already teach everything to her. Means I give for her practical example as well, so that she didn't get don't get means don't get in trouble when she
Yeah,
get period. So I taught everything.
yeah. So in so villages, nowadays sanitary napkins
Yes,
out there.
yeah, I can understand what you want to say. Means earlier parents they don't didn't used to tell their children. Means it also happened with me as well. My mother was illiterate. My mother is illiterate, and she didn't tell us anything about the menstrual cycles as well. And when we get the period that time, I also got afraid. Okay, what
Yeah,
happened to me? So what to do now? What to do? I was
yeah,
very scared that times, and then uh, at that time I was in school, and when I came back, and then I have a big elder sister, so I go to my sister and I ask her, "What is going on? Please tell me. It's happened with me, like this.
yeah,
Whatever happened with me, I told her everything, and then she told me it's normal, so don't be scared."
yeah.
So she tell me, but my mother don't didn't tell me this because they used to feel shy that time.
Yes, yes.
That's why, and they were not educated. If they were educated, they must have told us, but they were not much aware about that. That's why they didn't tell us. So
Yeah,
I don't think it's their fault because of awareness. They didn't tell us, but we are aware. We can tell us our children, our daughters. This that's why I told her everything, my daughter, before getting the period.
yeah.
I don't
So
feel
in
sad.
Yeah. So in the same way, you can, tell your, I think, son, because parent is a skill, parenting is a skill, is a responsibility. It is not something like that. Okay, you are, once you married and you are producing the children that sit and letting them enjoy that. No, it's your job. From starting the, I think, conception. Starting from the planning. How many children we are going to have, what kind of methods we are going to apply in our life, so that our life would be healthy, so that our children's life would be healthy, because these are very natural part of our life. And this is these things comes under parenting. But what we do in nowadays, that we consider parent is nothing, is just like very natural, just like animals. So if you are not taking this parenting as a skill, so what is the difference between you and we human and animals? Nothing. Because
Yeah,
uh,
right.
we are producing, in humans we do marry, but in animals it is not there. They're still producing, they are, their babies are healthy enough, making meeting our basic needs, something, because animal is helping, giving us help, because somehow, because of resources, because of milk, because of meat, because of other things. But we as a humans, we need to inculcate in our personality these kind of things, this kind of things, like once you start going to have the children, like you planned, okay, we are going to have the conception, like I want a kid in my family. So you need to prepare your mindset, you be ready for that kind of thing. So okay, these are the skills, how to take care of the baby, what are the things that I need to teach in the starting phase, what are the things that I need to teach in the stage, in the, I think, end stage, so that my job skill as a parent and their life as a person would be very happy, would be very normal. So once you started making this as part of your life, believe me, the life going to be better. But if you don't have that kind of curiosity, if you are not ready to take the responsibility, that would be like an animal. They are producing the babies, and that's it for them. They don't care whether they are hungry or not hungry, they are educated or not educated, they are well mannered or not. They won't care. Their first job is to procreate. That's somehow procreate, then that's it for them. But for we, for us as a human, it is our responsibility. So As it is rightly said by, I think, Socrates, a Western philosopher, nation depends on the people, and of course, it is said by Mahatma Gandhi as well. Nations depend on the people who live in that nation. Basically, if we want that our nation progress, if we want that our nation prosper, will get prosperity, we need to make start this kind of things from the very home. And believe me, if you start from the very basic, these are the things that we can contribute to our nation as a citizen and to our children's life as a parent. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely I will try, sir.
Yeah.
Whatever you told me, I will try to tell him everything.
Yeah, so because
Gradually, I will start.
yeah, just start the very basic, don't start giving the top lectures, the way you have given to our data. Just start from the basic, because very basic. And once you find, start finding that comfort zone. Okay, now I'm okay sharing with him, and now he's also okay listening me. And then you can put each and everything in detail, but in the starting, just make him very relaxed, so that he can enjoy the things, information. So because if he the energy will get saved if you give him that information right now. But if you don't, then definitely the energy is going to waste of him. So maybe for that reason. So what do you think? We should wrap it up, or should it continue for a longer period of time, because it is of 27 million?
Yeah, we should wrap up it.
Okay, ma'am. So thank you so much for
We'll
joining me. Have a wonderful
Thank you
day.
very much, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you very much, sir. Bye.
Bye bye.